Welcome to the Week 15 IDP Guys Start Sit Show. I'm joined here with Will, aka Skinny Chef, and Logan, the Rankings Master. We had a pretty crazy week for Week 15 so far. 3 games are being postponed, and I'm sure this is going to affect some starting lineups. If not, people are going to have to start picking up off the waiver wire.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild week, especially if you've got guys in those games that got flexed. It's really gonna put a crunch on your rosters because you can't last minute swap to somebody in another team. So
yeah, I mean, if you had Baker Mayfield as one of your quarterbacks, you're going to have to find somebody really quick, or hopefully you have somebody good on your bench.
Yeah, I've got Gardner Minshew in a couple of leagues, Superflex, and I need him as my QB number 2 for the playoffs, and I don't know if I'm going to get him or not.
It's crazy. Logan, are you running into any of these issues?
Not too bad, luckily, but I've got a few leagues where the commissioners have decided to let you pick someone now to swap in and plan in case, a Tuesday guy gets ruled out or anything, the game gets canceled. So I think that's nice if your commissioners will do that. But for me, luckily, I haven't ran into too much.
Yeah, so I just want to have a quick conversation here with our viewers. As you can see here by our little infographic, 73% of you are not subscribed. So if we are giving you guys any fantasy football advice that helps you in any way, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button because that helps us a lot. Also hit that like and share button so we can get our videos out to more people. Hopefully we don't see any more people going on the list from the 3 games that were postponed, because that could really spell disaster.
Yeah, it'll be rough, especially a last minute call. If you get somebody in the Monday night flex to the Tuesday night flex game that goes COVID, it's going to be rough for you.
Yeah. If you have any questions about your start sit rosters today, throw the comments or throw your question in the comments below, and we'll answer those for you. So let's just keep going with the COVID games. Are there any players that you're already taking out of your starting lineups to put somewhere else?
No, I've got Stafford and Van Jefferson, and I need them, so I'm just hoping they play. Yeah, I got Gibson as well in my my home league that I'm trying to make the playoffs. As long as I win, I'm in. I decide my own fate kind of thing. But yeah, I got to keep all those guys in there and just hope for the best.
Yeah. Will, how about you?
Like I said, I mean, I need Minshew to play. I need them to keep Hurts out for a week, and that's my biggest one. Everywhere else, I've given up hope that those guys are going to play. Jarvis, I'm not too sad about not having him. He hasn't really been very productive for me this year. So,
well, is OBJ off the list? Do you guys know?
Yes.
So he will be back then.
Yeah.
Are there anybody? Is there anybody on the list that we should be looking at? That's not going to be playing either Monday or Tuesday that we could replace with somebody equally on your rankings, Logan?
Well, I don't think he has COVID, but Adam Thielen, I'd be worried. I'd be watching for him to play or not play because he didn't practice all week. If you got Osborne, that's not bad. And then the good thing is you kind of do have a chance to go with the Seahawks, Rams, and Washington Eagles games, and you can always pick up a receiver from one of those games. So it kind of, there's some good and some bad. Having those extra games, if you're waiting for someone like Thielen, like I said, you can hope for a Tuesday game as a backup. There's not too many people. I'd have to take a look. There's so many people out that I'm not sure. If Tyler Lockett doesn't play, DK Metcalf, you got to start him, but actually look for some upside there. And you can play someone like Freddie Swain. Has honestly gotten a good amount of targets. Guys like him, if you're in a deep spot, you got to watch out for who's going to be out for sure and who's already called out. Yeah, it's just crazy with those Tuesday games. It throws a wrench in everything for sure.
So since we don't have any questions right now, I'm going to scroll through the subscriber chat and see what we can find here. So we got a question from Robbie last night. In a PPR playoff first round matchup, I got to decide how I'm going to counter my Clyde Edwards-Helaire letdown. Zeke, Penny, Fournette. So out of those three, who are you guys playing to try to pick up the slack for Clyde?
I think Zeke's off the table right off the bat. Listening to the guys talk about the Cowboys, he's every time he takes a shot on that knee, he's out for a couple of plays. There's a lot of talk about keeping him on the field just as a pass blocker. So to me, Zeke's off the table, and you're looking at either Penny or what was the other guy?
Fournette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I think with Pollard coming back as well, it's going to cap Zeke's upside a little bit for sure. He'll probably get you, you're safe like 10 points, but you can't bank on him to pick you back up after Clyde getting like 8 points or whatever he got. So yeah, if Fournette plays Sunday night, you can play him. But then like I was saying, you got the Tuesday games where Penny will play. So if Fournette doesn't go, you can just pivot down to Penny and wait another 2 days for that one. But I would play Fournette for the upside just with the amount of touchdowns they've been scoring.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Gridiron Goddess is asking, hi guys, now that McKinney was activated, how would you sit, or would you sit McKinney, Chin, or Kenny Moore?
Well, Moore played last night. Let's see.
Yeah, this was a 417 question from yesterday.
Gotcha. Yeah, Moore played last night. But then who was the other two? Sorry.
McKinney and Chin.
Of the two left, I think I'd sit McKinney.
Yeah, I think I'd just, if you have the option of the two, I'd be playing Chin. He's been on fire.
Awesome. Are there any matchups that are intriguing you guys this week?
I'm just happy that with it being so spread out, you can actually sit down and watch even more games than normal, in their entirety.
Yeah, I didn't really even think about that, but that's really exciting.
Yeah, Monday getting off work, you'll be able to sit and watch a game. I think someone like Donta Foreman is actually going to do pretty well against the Steelers D. They have been not as good as you would think as the Steelers defense. I'm excited to watch the Jaguars play without Urban Meyer as the coach. Yeah, I saw something that they said. It was Bevel who was like, "We are aware that James Robinson is our starting running back, and we will be treating him as such." So that made me real happy to see. Hopefully, he gets a nice workload, and maybe Chenault can get moved back inside and keep the dream alive there. Micah. Always fun to watch Micah Parsons, and then I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan, so I'm excited to watch the Giants Cowboys. So I love watching Parsons, but then obviously Barkley's just a big play waiting to happen. Hopefully, so.
Well, we got our first question here from Raphael. I need 2 of the 3, Mixon, CD, or Deontay Johnson.
Good problem to have.
Yep.
If it's full PPR, you may need to go with the receivers there, as much as I love Mixon. But I think that would steer me because Deontay Johnson's a PPR machine and CD kind of is too. So I think if it's full PPR, I'm going both the receivers. But I think either way, honestly, I'll probably just go both the receivers.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not a PPR league, you're probably wanting Mixon, and I really want to say CD, but Dak, the Cole Cowboys offense has not looked great. I'd probably go Deontay there.
He just
point.
came back and said it was a half PPR.
Deontay Johnson for sure, and then who did the Cowboys? At the Giants. The Giants have a pretty good secondary, and CD and the Cowboys haven't looked great, like you said. I'd go Deontay and Mixon there.
Yeah, I think
it's hard to sit CD.
It is so hard to sit him, but the Cowboys are also having a lot of real bad drops, so that's really hurting them. I think Mixon's your and a half PPR is probably Mixon and Deontay.
I would not fault you though for any combination of the two with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cincinnati's playing Denver, so I think they're going to get up on them and just run the ball.
Yep.
If anybody has any more questions, throw those in the comments below, and we'll get those answered for you. Thanks, Raphael. So I'm in a quarterback situation here. Do I play Tua against the New York Jets, or am I playing Taysom Hill against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What scares me about Taysom is he doesn't really throw the ball well.
Yeah, I'd be worried about Taysom a little bit because like Devin White's going to be chasing around Levante David. They've got a good line. I think Taysom's not going to have a ton of success running. He'll still probably get, a chunk of yards, but I don't see him making like a huge difference. And Tua's been playing like under the radar very well. So I think he'll do well against the Jets and is a much safer option. Taysom could throw 4 picks and only run for 40 yards, and you'd be kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
In his playoffs.
Yeah, I'd hope on Tua there. I wouldn't bank on Taysom in your playoffs, especially against the Bucs.
So Brad's asking, is there any value in playing a Tennessee linebacker, or is it best to stay away until we see how the workload distribution plays out between Brown, Evans, and Cunningham?
I think there's a lot of value in playing a Tennessee linebacker. I was looking at it earlier today because I've got most of the Tennessee linebackers in various leagues, and I didn't realize Harold Landry has 11 sacks this year. So I think isn't Evans out this week? Did they call him out already?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I was traveling yesterday, so I'm a little behind on some of this stuff. Oh yeah, he is in. Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if Cunningham gets a whole boatload of sacks or a whole boatload of tackles this week. I would definitely want to play Evans over Brown. Yeah, I would play Evans this week for sure. Cunningham, if you're desperate, he's a great fantasy linebacker. He's going to end up with some tackles probably if he gets enough snaps. So.
Brad came back and said Long and Rice are out.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I would still play Evans for sure, probably as like a LB2, possibly 3. Cunningham and Brown as an LB3. So I hope that helps you.
Mike Hinderman is asking, are we trusting Roquan on Monday?
With that. Yeah, I mean, it's hard with soft tissue issues like that to feel comfortable starting a guy, but he's just so darn good when he's on the field.
Yeah, he got full limited practice all week, and then he got a full practice in on Saturday. So I think I'd go ahead and I'd trust him because, like Will said, he's so good when he's on the field.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and he was still productive last week, and he left early. So
we got a question from Gerard. Is Shaq Thompson a good play today or this week?
Oh, man, somebody was talking about him earlier today, and I don't remember what they were saying. But, yeah, I mean, I think he's a decent play this week. It really depends on who else you've got over there as far as if he's a good play for your team or not.
Yeah, I think he's a decent play for sure. Depends who you've got, but I've got him as a borderline top 20 option. So,
yeah, I mean, Buffalo, they're going to Zach Allen. The quarterback is going to run the ball, so there's an opportunity for some tackles there. That run game's not good, so he'll be decent.
Marco is back. Good morning, guys. Happy 4th Advent. Who should I start? Eskridge, Swam, McLeod, or Bird?
Eesh.
Ouch. Hello again, Marco. I am sorry for your gross selections. Man.
Let's see. What's the most recent news on Lockett?
I haven't seen him come off yet.
Okay.
No. I think for me, Ray's off the board. If Lockett doesn't go, that really bumps Eskridge up to me. Demir Bird's up there, I think, in consideration.
Yeah, if Lockett doesn't go, I personally like Swaim a little bit more than Eskridge, but I like them both, honestly. Behind Metcalf, they'll probably both have, halfway decent games. Bird was getting a handful of targets until last week. He only got 2, but he did catch a bomb.
So I guess Bird, if you need the boom game, and I hope he catches a bomb.
Yeah, that's what you might have to do there if you need the boom.
Yeah, as of 2 hours ago, Tyler Lockett is still on the list, but they don't play till what, Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big risk.
Yeah, at least as Demir, that's the Monday night game. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can wait and see what you need, and if you need, after Sunday, 15 to 20, play Bird and hope he catches a bomb. And if you need like 6 or 8, go like Swaim for the floor. If with Lockett being out, maybe.
Marco came back and said, COVID destroyed my roster really bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're not the only one, Marco. Gerard is asking Claypool or Osborne.
I think I'm going Claypool there still. He's just better in the offense. He's just, more of a focal point of that offense, at least more than Osborne. And you don't know if Thielen's going to play, but if he does, that knocks Osborne down a lot. So I'd go Claypool there.
So I'm going to go opposite with you. I like Osborne. I don't think Thielen's going to play this week. It doesn't seem like he'll play. And Osborne can definitely be a strong number 2. They're going up against Chicago, so that's a rivalry game. There's going to be a lot on the line there. So I like Osborne a bit more unless it comes out later. Well, yeah, I mean, Thielen hasn't practiced this week, so I don't see how he plays unless it comes out before the start of the game that Thielen's going to play. I would definitely go Osborne myself.
And then he's also asking, who is linebacker 1 streamer for this week?
My weak spot linebacker. I guess I don't even know who's on. Can you let us know a few of the guys on your waivers there?
Yeah.
Or who you've got that you're looking at?
Gerard, if you will let us know who's on your waivers, and then we can definitely answer that question for you. Elaine is asking Craig Reynolds, Aaron Jones this week. Is that crazy? She's worried about Jones's health and light workload from last week.
Yes, it is a little crazy. I don't blame you for being worried. Personally, I know this is a very cliche statement, but I would hate to lose with one of my stud players on the bench. And I hate making that statement because I lost a championship one year with Adrian Peterson versus whoever the rookie running back was who was hot that season. And the fantasy experts said, oh, you got to start your studs. You got to start your studs. And I felt uncomfortable doing it, but I listened to them and I lost. So But, it's hard to sit a stud like that. Aaron Jones just needs to fall forward to get a couple of touchdowns. But, yeah, I think I would still start Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I think you're still going Aaron Jones because for sure he will get touches. For all we know, that could have been just like a 1 week thing with Reynolds. And Jamar Jefferson, I think, was coming off of injury, and they said he would play and stuff, but I don't think he played at all. I think Greg Reynolds will still get touches, so it is kind of a interesting play. But I think you're definitely still safe with Aaron Jones, and like Will said, he could fall in for a touchdown. He still got a touchdown last week on like 10 touches, so he could kind of start having a Alvin Kamara from a few years ago type of role where he's just getting limited, 12 to 15 touches, but just doing the most with them.
A glue sniffer. I hope it's Elmer's and nothing else. Is a half PPR league and is asking Henderson, Mooney, or Edmonds.
I think Mooney is your best play there. Edmonds, I'm curious to see how he comes back.
Yep.
He's kind of like probably just a flex play for me. Henderson, with him coming back too, I'm not 100% sure how they'll kind of how they'll use him. But I think Allen Robinson's going to be out, so Mooney should see a ton of targets. Henderson's definitely not a bad play still, but I'm just kind of weary of him coming off. And Michelle's been playing okay, and they just really haven't been running the ball anyways. I think that's more because Henderson's been out, so they've been throwing even more. But I think Mooney is your play there. He's just been getting a ton of targets, if I remember right. Yeah. He's getting oodles of targets.
I mean, McVay came out and said he wants to use Henderson more as the pass catcher. But even with that news coming out, I still lean Mooney there. You just, like Logan's saying, you don't know how Henderson or Edmonds are going to come back from their injuries, and Mooney's got a pretty solid safe. You know what you're going to get from him. Henderson, he could come out there and get 1 target for 5 yards and 6 carries for 20, and you're hurt. So I'd be comfortable rolling Mooney out this week.
All right, we're going back to the linebacker one streaming question, and he came back with Preston Smith, Shaq Thompson, Patrick Queen, Jordan Brooks, and C.J. Mosley are available for pickup.
I've got Brooks the highest on my list, but Mosley is probably right behind him.
Man, where'd that go? Because I was looking at tackles earlier today. I don't know why Jordan Brooks is on your waivers, to be completely honest. I think Jordan Brooks is like top 5 in tackles this year.
Yeah, he's had double-digit tackles like over half the games this season.
Yeah, I mean, to me, right? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, Jordan Brooks is, where do we go? Solo tackles. Wait, what am I looking at? I don't know. I'm confused. There he is. He's number 7 in tackles this year. Nobody else on that list. Oh, Mosley's 10, but I think Jordan Brooks is your best guy out of that group there. Preston Smith really hasn't impressed this year. Shaq Thompson's been decent. Patrick Queen he's struggling in year 2. CJ Mosley's been pretty good, but Jordan Brooks stands above all of those guys to me.
Yep. Brooks may be a pick him up and play him the rest of the year kind of guy for you.
Definitely.
For your playoffs.
Nate is in our questions today. What's up, Nate? So first of all, he's asking, would you guys start Tua over Jackson in the playoffs?
I don't think Lamar's going to play.
Yeah, last I read, Lamar's not playing, or he's very unlikely to play. And even with that, his upside comes from that running ability, and it's an ankle injury for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's going to limit his running. I definitely would want Tua.
Yeah, bone bruise.
Yeah.
So with that being said, are you guys picking up his backup Huntley? after his performance last week against the Browns, or is that just a one-time thing and now teams have film on him?
I mean, maybe in like a super flex league, if you have like Baker out and a couple other guys may grab him, but I'm not playing him in like a one quarterback league.
Yeah, out of desperation plays, I think he's the highest upside of your desperation plays. But I would not be happy.
Joe Bacco is asking Ayuk or Claypool?
Ayuk for me there. With Mitchell being out, they've been kind of reverting Debo as the main running back. And I think Debo only got one target last week. He had like 10 carries or something, but he only got like one target. So Ayuk got 10. I mean, Kittle has become the number one, but Ayuk's still a good wide receiver too, and Claypool's more of like a wide receiver 3 to a flex kind of for me.
Yeah, Claypool's just been a little disappointing this year with the work he's gotten. I mean, he's gotten a couple of games recently here with 8 and 9 targets, but he has that floor of 3 to 5 targets. So and he doesn't quite have the ability to break tackles the way that Ayuk does. So I'd definitely go Ayuk there.
Nate's asking, would you hold out for Baker?
Over Tua? No.
Especially with all the wide receivers on the COVID list still.
Yeah, with that COVID issue, and I definitely would want Tua over Baker, I think, even without all the COVID issues, to be quite honest.
Well, I should say the wide receiver and all of our tight ends, pretty much. Although we did get Njoku back, but he's got the case of the drops occasionally.
Occasionally his whole career.
Yeah, I'd play. If Tua's the other option, I'd definitely play Tua over Baker either way. So
Marco's back, and he's asking Tyler Johnson, or are Tyler Johnson and Josh Reynolds playable options instead of the others?
with this Eskridge, Swain.
Let me go back here and pull him up real quick. McLeod or Bird?
Eskridge, Swain, McLeod, or Bird. Yeah, I think Josh Reynolds is honestly your best play out of those.
Yeah, that's my thinking too.
Oh, he's questionable.
I think for me, it's Josh Reynolds or Damiere Byrd out of that list.
Yeah, I think as long as Josh Reynolds plays, he was limited in practice at the end Thursday and Friday, so he should play. Yeah, he's got you a decent floor with a touchdown upside with Hawkinson being out too. And
oh yeah,
I think I'd go Reynolds there.
Yeah, I'm in agreement on that.
I don't know if I'd go Tyler Johnson. Godwin probably get another 15 to 20 targets. So
Nate is back. Would you start Gibson over Fournette and Robinson or Gallup this week? So would you start Gibson over Fournette, Robinson, or Gallup this week? My reading skills are diminishing as the weeks go on.
That's James Robinson. I think I like that play. You can make sure if Fournette doesn't play, you throw Gibson in there. But I'm intrigued to go ahead and throw Gibson in over Gallup anyways. And Gallup's been pretty good, but he's still the third option, fourth option. And Gibson will get a boatload of carries. I don't know why he didn't last week, but I think that was kind of a more of a fluke. He'll probably get back to his 20 carries again. But definitely just watch if Fournette doesn't play, and you can definitely play Gibson because he's on Tuesday.
Yep. Yeah, no argument here on that stuff.
Shauna is asking, choose 4. TJ Edwards, Keanu Neal, Isaiah Simmons, Alex Singleton, Preston Smith, Quincy Williams, or Josh Woods.
Okay, so Edwards is in there for sure.
Yep. I like Keanu Neal. I think I'm just partial as a Cowboys fan, but the Giants are not a strong offense with the offensive line and whatever trash they put out there at quarterback. So to me, I think those two are in for sure. And then
I'd be kind of worried about Detroit really not being on the field a lot, though. I think they'll piece together, like a good drive, maybe two, but I'd be worried about Simmons a little bit there.
yeah.
And if you're playing Edwards, Singleton, I don't love playing both of them.
Yep.
But Singleton's been pretty good.
I mean, you could probably start both of them, and it might limit your upside, but I think you'll end up with a safe floor starting the two of them.
Yeah, and then probably Quincy Williams. So I'd probably, actually, I'd go Edwards, Neal, Quincy Williams, and then if you need a big play upside, Simmons, but Singleton's your safe floor. Preston Smith has been actually kind of hot lately. He's had some handful of sacks, but he puts up duds.
Yeah, so, he needs the sacks to be relevant. So
yeah, Edwards and Neal for sure, and then Quincy Williams with playing the Dolphins. They're just decimated, so I think he should be busy out there.
Well, being that the Packers are going up against the Ravens and you're likely to have Huntley or a hobbled Lamar, I might throw Preston Smith out there. Yeah, I think I would.
If that's the case, if Lamar's not playing or hobbled too, Edwards, Neal, and Quincy Williams for sure for me. And then Preston can give you some upside, but then and Simmons can give you a big play as well. But Singleton's your safe floor.
Yep.
All right, we got Nate asking, I have Gallup in the flex with Jefferson, Lamb, and Moore starting. So that would be for his question, Gibson.
Yeah. So I don't like having two Cowboys in my lineup right now. Especially the way the offense has been rolling. There's been some issues there. I definitely like Fournette if he plays. Otherwise, I go Gibson.
And then if Fournette's already a running back and Gallup's in the flex, go ahead and throw Gibson. I like Gibson over Gallup too, especially with Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Drew's Ducks is asking IDP flex tackle heavy league. Abram against a practice squad QB, Jayon Brown against Pitt, or Ernest Jones against Seattle.
I like Abram if he's out there.
Yeah, definitely. They haven't really used Jayon as the blitzer, and I think that's a big benefit going up against Pittsburgh because that offensive line has not been good, and Big Ben's been getting the ball out quick. Yeah, Abram and then Ernest Jones probably rank him behind that in those matchups there.
We got Shauna. She needs a defensive end. Choose two, please. Franklin Myers, Trey Hendrickson, Demarcus Lawrence, Hassan Reddick, or DJ Wanham.
Are you tackle heavy or big play heavy in that league? Because that one's going to kind of make a difference for me. Because Hassan Reddick's getting quite a few sacks there. Demarcus Lawrence, you'd be looking for a big sack day for him, which I think is possible. I think I'd start him probably regardless of the scoring, whether it's tackle or sack heavy.
Tackle heavy.
Tackle heavy. I think that actually, I got to look at stuff. I think I still want Demarcus Lawrence. And then I think Franklin Myers off of my board there. Trey Hendrickson's off of my board there. Hassan Reddick or DJ Wanham to me. Wanham, I think, has probably a pretty solid floor there. He's not been bad since what's his nuts went on IR.
Hunter.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'd go Reddick and Lawrence, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
NASCAR Fantasy Live is asking for a DB position. Should I start Ryan Neal, Keon Crossan, Carlton Davis, or Elijah Riley? This is a standard scoring for ESPN.
I'm assuming is that Logan Ryan and Keanu Neal maybe. When I saw Ryan, I just thought Logan Ryan.
Yeah, there's a comma in there.
If Logan Ryan's out there, I'm playing Logan Ryan. Or if you got Logan Ryan, I'm playing Logan Ryan for sure.
He's got interception upside there, and he's definitely pretty solid with a tackle. Carlton Davis just hasn't quite been the same.
Yeah, Logan Ryan's my play there.
Yeah, it's probably Logan Ryan. Yeah, Logan Ryan.
Oh no, wait, that actually might be Ryan Neal from the Seahawks. Okay,
that's what I was worried about. That would fit better. I've got him started in the flex in a couple of leagues because I think
he's been playing a lot of snaps.
He's been playing a lot of snaps. There is, yep. And you're going against the Rams, who love to throw the ball. So, I like him there. Carlton Davis, I think, is still in play to me, even though he's not. What he was, but they've got New Orleans, so. I might throw Carlton Davis and really hope that he snags an interception off Taysom. Yeah, Carlton Davis for me. And I'll probably be totally wrong. It'll probably end up being Elijah Riley or something.
Do you have anything else to add to that, Logan?
I kind of like Elijah Riley. He's coming off of 10 tackles, and then the week before he had 7 and a pick or a sack. Playing Miami, I'm curious how that offense works. So he should be busy. They're probably be running a lot of like short plays and stuff. Not having Waddle, they're gonna have to figure something out.
All right, Joe Bacco is saying I'm COVID ridden. Diablo or McKinley in an IDP flex.
I like Diablo a lot.
And it's standard IDP scoring.
Okay. I like Diablo a lot. There's no guarantee that we're going to see the snaps that he got last week, and that's a little bit concerning. But if he does get those snaps, I mean, he's going to be awesome again. Yeah, I think I would throw Diablo out there and hope that he gets similar snaps again this week. I haven't seen anything saying that he's not going to get those snaps, so.
Yeah, I like Diablo a lot. He gives you more upside for sure. McKinney's a solid play, and they should be busy against Dallas, but they have a lot of tacklers in their secondary. So he could any week just have like 2. I like Diablo.
Well, we're approaching the 40-minute mark, guys, and we decided last week that we would go 30 minutes, if not more, if we had some questions. But looks like the questions are starting to slow down. So I just want to say one thing before we start wrapping things up here. If you have any last questions, go ahead and start dropping them real quick. But otherwise, if you're one of the 73% not subscribed to our channel, make sure you're subscribing, especially if we're giving you advice to help you win your league. It would mean a lot. And also hit that like and share button so we can get our videos out to more people. But with that being said, Will you just go ahead and just tell the viewers where they can find you if they have any questions?
So you guys can find me on Twitter at @FF_skinny chef. Shoot me a DM or post something on my line and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And then you can find the stuff I write on the IDP Guys website.
Logan, tell them where they can find your rankings at.
Yeah, you guys can find my rankings all at idpguys.org. I've got the weekly rankings that I spend the most time on during the year. And then as soon as the season ends, I'll put a bunch of work into my dynasty rankings so you can start making trades in the off season and working on some stuff for come August and the next redraft rankings coming out.
Awesome. So with that being said, good luck everybody. If you're in the playoffs, go win that money. And hopefully your team survives this week and we can move on to next week.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, everybody.
See everybody later.